Jenna Powell, occupation legal secretary, age 45. A peanut butter sandwich. A doorbell is ringing insistently in Jenna Powell's dream. She is in an unfamiliar apartment, the walls are lined with dusty books. The door is at the foot of a flight of stairs covered with scarlet carpet. She is at the top of the stairs, unable or unwilling to move. She doesn't want to open the door because she knows that the person outside whose finger is resting on the bell is going to apologise to her for a death. Tearing herself out of this dream is a huge relief. But the doorbell really is ringing. Again and again. Jenna throws back the covers and puts on her dressing gown. She spends about 10 seconds looking for her slippers, but her anxiety levels are now too high. Who calls at 2:30 in the morning? It has to be the police. It's her daughter. Lucy is drunk, if not worse. Dishevelled. But at least she's coherent, apologetic. "Mum, I'm so sorry to wake you. I've either forgotten my keys or lost them somewhere. I didn't know where else to go. I haven't got any money left." She's a ghost. Alabaster. Translucent. Jagged fringe. Huge, anxious eyes. In full Friday Night Fig, she's exotic and scary and pitiable. A gash of black lipstick. Piercings. Enormous boots on skinny legs. She looks so fragile and so oddly miscast. A China doll masquerading as Action Man. But for once, at this time in the morning, in this particular situation, without attitude. Too exhausted and relieved, apparently, for hostility or even irony. To Jenna, she seems childlike in her obvious contrition. How long is it since she last said sorry about anything? She wants to throw her arms round her, hug her, say, "Come in, get warm." But she's trained herself to do none of these things, never to seem surprised or overbearing or censorious. She says, "That's okay," tries to look as though she means it. When did she last eat? But she knows better than to ask, knows that she has to play a longer game. "Well, now I'm up. What about a cup of tea?" They sit together in rare companionship at the kitchen table. The very last thing that Jenna wants in the whole world is a cup of tea. She just wants to get back into bed, surrender to sleep even if it means dreams. But she knows that if she doesn't, Lucy won't. She wants to offer her nourishing soup and hefty sandwiches and bacon and eggs and porridge and homemade scones and rich stews and fresh fruit, jacket spuds and beans on toast. But she knows that Lucy is just as likely to want Cocoa Pops or microwave pizzas or blackcurrant sorbet or salt and vinegar crisps or, most likely, nothing. She risks it. How about something to eat? Maybe a sandwich? That should be safe enough. And it is okay. Lucy barely responds, nods sleepily. Cheese? But Lucy says peanut butter. Jenna remembers the parties when Lucy was little. Triangular sandwiches of honey or Marmite or peanut butter, sausages on sticks, bowls of grapes, slices of apple, cakes in the shapes of dinosaurs and Barbies. She remembers that they often ended in tears. Lucy wasn't exactly made for parties even then. Not scrambled egg on toast. Lucy says, "Oh, Mum," so Jenna lets it go. She cuts thick wedges of wholemeal bread, trowels on the peanut butter, exactly calibrating the maximum depth she'll be able to get away with, refills Lucy's cup. Lucy nibbles and talks, tells Jenna a tale that could make her hair stand on end. A tale of dark hours in an unfriendly city, of more alcohol than such a frail frame can accommodate with safety, of drugs which don't always bring pleasure and excitement, but which can usually be relied on to dampen things down, offer a foretaste of oblivion, of friendships that don't seem to have much to do with friendliness, of having no ideas or ambitions, of not knowing what to do with this life she has been presented with, of not even having any instinct to keep it safe. And while she talks and nibbles, Jenna notices that her teeth have acquired a transparent dead quality. What can be causing that? And all the while Jenna is holding back, careful not to offer advice, not to imply that they might be able to work together to find some sort of solution. Even though Lucy's eaten less than half of the first sandwich, Jenna gets up to make a second, this time without asking permission. And finally, Lucy appears to have said everything that she wants to say, or that the drugs and the alcohol want her to say. She falls silent and her eyelids flutter with exhaustion. Her mother, across the table, thinks, I made her. She comes from me. She used to belong to me. I used to try to teach her things. She leads her daughter upstairs to what was always her room. She brings a pair of her own pyjamas from the airing cupboard, expensive cotton, climbing roses, and goes downstairs to fetch a hot water bottle. But when she gets back to the bedroom, Lucy is asleep, her mascara already staining the pillow. She's wearing her clothes, the pyjamas are untouched. Jenna slips the hot water bottle under the cover. The back of her hand touches her sleeping child's hip, bone on bone. She stands next to the bed for a while before pulling the covers around Lucy's chin. Lucy moans and stirs but doesn't wake. Jenna returns to her room. There's nothing else for it. She gets back into bed. She knows that she won't sleep. She lies there imagining she can hear her daughter's breathing from the next room. She's listening, because she knows that at some point before it gets light, her daughter will wake, creep downstairs, grab her bag and slip out of the front door, closing it quietly behind her.